Hey everyone, it's David Kelley, and I'd like to ask you two questions. What is a human being, and who owns you? These two questions have been asked and answered by every human civilization since the dawn of history. Yet it wasn't until the United States came along that a radically different answer was given. I'd like to talk to you today about why the United States is exceptional, as in the exception to the rule. Well, today we'll find out. All right, guys, take it away.
If we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth.
I think we all can agree that the United States has had a massive impact on the world, and we can even say it's the greatest country ever to exist. But what ideas makes that so? What makes it so exceptional? Where did these ideas come from? Western Civilization History Speedrun, go!
Brought to you by Encyclopedia Britannica and coffee.
Long ago, there were two cities, Athens and Jerusalem. Now, Athens came up with this idea called democracy. Not like anything we know it now. The only people who can actually vote were male landowners, but still the idea of citizen rule was there. In Jerusalem, you had this guy named Jesus walking around saying how everyone was created equal in the image of God and how there was no difference between Jew or Gentile. All could come before God and be accepted and saved through him and go to heaven. So you had these ideas of citizen rule and the fact that all humans were created equal in the image of God. Answering the previous question, humans are thinking beings created in the image of God, and you own you. That was the seed of Western civilization. The Romans took the Greeks' idea of democracy and changed it up a little bit. The Romans made a republic, which basically meant the people elected their representatives who represented them in the Senate, and that was an improvement over democracy.
Illustration why shown here.
You also had separation of powers. You had consulars, you had senators, and a separate judicial system. So you basically had people decentralizing power to make sure that there was a check and balance. Sound familiar? The Founding Fathers did take a lot of stuff from these areas. But then the Middle Ages happened and not very much occurred. Of course, you had the Magna Carta, which basically said the king wasn't all powerful. He has to get the consent from the governed, which basically meant the barons and the nobles, but still that idea was there. The Brits will explain this.
Perhaps Magna Carta's most important legacy is that everyone, including our leaders, must obey the law.
So little inklings here and there, but then the Enlightenment hit, thanks to that lovely little field trip everyone took called the Crusades, and they rediscovered a lot of that ancient Greek text. And when they did that, they basically said, hey, here's a thought. Why don't we use our brains and not just blindly follow the church? Use the brains God gave us.
It could work!
And then you also had Thomas More's Utopia. It stated that everyone was equal and that we should abolish cruel and unusual punishment. So they balanced religion, religious ideals, and philosophy with rationality. So fast forward a few hundred years, and you have the founding of America, taking all these principles and synthesizing it together. I'm going to show a few clips from an HBO miniseries, John Adams, and I'll also tie things in.
I see a new nation ready to take its place in the world. Not an empire, but a republic.
Rome and Greece.
And a republic of laws, not men.
Magna Carta.
But we must always remember that a free constitution of civil government,
People having a constitution enshrining their God-given rights and authority as rulers. Enlightenment.
cannot be purchased at too dear a rate, as there is nothing on this side of Jerusalem of greater importance to mankind.
So to wrap things up, America is the first country to take all the ideas I've talked about in this video and put them together at the level they did. And no other country has ever done that since. Thank you for joining me. God bless. Have a nice day.